call it bipolar. Unstable conditions, they got me looking over my shoulder. The book that I wrote you was meant to move the time slower, but it was still cooking my mind's motor. Now I'm older, I'm embarrassed by my past actions and even more ashamed by my present thoughts and future endeavors to claim a name. Embarrassed by my past actions and even more ashamed by my present thoughts and future endeavors to future.
I'm embarrassed, I'm embarrassing, I'm an embarrassment, and it's all adding up. I'm embarrassed, I'm embarrassing, I'm an embarrassment, and it's all adding up. It was in the cards that I'm to be forever haunted. Hip-hop is slowly but surely becoming the big brother I never wanted. Hold me but hurt me, purely demonic. Still my head is astonished with sonics, aesthetics, poetics, and honest, unpolished rhetoric. Everything else is negative, consciously edit, constantly get rid of the rigorous, repetitive movements embedded in you. Since it's easier to talk to you about it than to do it. Here I am, center of the spotlight. They all drunk and smiling, waiting for the cockfight. Time to entertain since the clock of life. So I became the freaking kid I'm staring at, even though you know it's not right. Embarrassment sits in between insecurity and arrogance. I'm a machine with a clarity I can barely grip. So if I seem red in the face, it's not cause I feel out of place. It's just that I'm embarrassed by my past actions and even more ashamed by my present thoughts and future endeavors to clear my name. Embarrassed by my past actions and even more ashamed by my present thoughts and future endeavors to kill the breakdown.
I could yell all day, all night, all day. I still doubt that you would hear a word I say. And I could drive all night, all day, all night, but if you stay with me, you'll never get it right. And I could yell all day, all night, all day. I still doubt that you would hear a word I say. And I could drive all night, all day, all night, but if you stay with me, you'll never get it right. I was never much for the self-driven skepticism. I was that cat that let distraction affect my vision. You were the kitten that would scream to cover up the sound of landing or crashing. However, it was going down, but it's going down, it's going fast, and I have no doubts about whether or not it's gonna last. Fill the glass, tilt your head back, let it trickle through the thoughts to where you hide your giggles and your laughs. I'll wait to find the correct departure time, shine my eyes to keep the lights from climbing up inside the mind. Some belong to you, and some belong to me, but none of them escape the contemplation necessary. You can't scare me, but you can keep it buried. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. Me. And now that I sing all of my songs, that's enough.
That's good. So I believe we have another caller on.
212.
You guys there?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Right on, man. How you doing? Why don't you introduce yourself?
Evidence Dilated People's checking in.
Thank you for calling, man.
No, thank y'all for let me have a little chance to speak. I'm out here in Australia right now.
Yeah, that's what I heard. You're out there in the future right now.
Yeah, a little ahead of the future.
All right.
19 hours ahead.
All right.
Yeah, it's been a crazy time with this one. This is an interesting thing. This is an interesting thing right here.
Why don't you elaborate?
First and foremost, just send out love to everybody. A lot of people really, were obviously had a unique relationship with this guy, and Eyedea was like funny. The more I'm starting to hear about it, it seems like everybody was kind of like really good friends with him in their own way. I think when you're a powerful person, I think a lot of people who are drawn to you feel like they're your best friend. Like that's the power of a human being like that, where everyone's like have their own special relationship. And I've been able to identify that with like when I lost AM, who was a really good friend of mine. I ran into the same thing where it was like a lot of people were telling me stories and just relationships they had with this person different in the way that I did. And Eyedea wasn't a person that I hung out with all the time or whatever. He was a contemporary of mine and somebody on the same struggle who we'd done shows with in the past and just coming up through passing, but somebody I really respected, being from the West Coast, being on the underground, just KXLU, Mike Nardone, coming up off that scene. Mike was the first person to really put me up on Eyedea and like, yo, Ev, I think you're gonna like this. Why don't you check this out? When I did, I was kind of blown back. Like, wow, this is different. Because being from Dilated, we always had one foot in kind of every scene. We were down with, Good Life. We were down with Soul Assassins, down with Liquid Crew, down with all the different, scenes of Los Angeles, which really kept me balanced, and as a fan especially. And just being on Rock the Bells with him, last summer, and having the chance to really build with him on a day-to-day basis, kind of hit home when I heard about this, because it was like the beginning of a friendship.
Thank you, man. You got any in the amount of time you got to spend with him, did you come upon any like anecdotes or funny memories or beautiful memories or any moments that you had with him that you'd like to share with the listeners that didn't really ever get to know him?
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is like as we all go through the stages of hip-hop, I think we've all evolved. You know, some maybe have digressed, I don't know, but I've seen the stages go where, you know, at one point we were all kids trying to, you know, be like our heroes, and at another point in our career we were artists who got comfortable with who we were, and then more later in some of our careers we were artists who were about pushing boundaries. And I saw an evolution in his career, obviously, as we all did. And just building, you know, having a chance to sit down with Abilities for lunch and talk about stuff, or, you know, being on the same stage with Eyedea every day, sitting back, me, him, and Lucky I Am, or whatever, just talking or having a drink. Like, I got a feeling that this was a evolution in process. You know what I mean? Like, he was going somewhere. And when I'm down with Alchemist, and I'm down with a lot of people who were all different. We all are under the same hip-hop umbrella, but we all, you know, focus on different aspects of it. To literally to drive from Los Angeles to San Francisco and like, yo, Alchemist, we're about to listen to the new E&A record right now. You know what I mean? And he'd never even heard of it. You know what I mean? So to see his reaction on this music was crazy to me. Like, we were laughing, dying. He was impressed. Like, there was all this emotion going up and down. But when we watched, I was like, you got to watch the show, you know. And it was really like, he was up there for himself, for what he believed in, not conforming. And you know, anybody who's a leader of a movement, it's got my utmost respect. And it really felt to me like, when I vibed with him as a person, watched him perform, this guy was a leader. And anytime we lose a leader, it's sad, because these are the people we look to in times when things aren't all right, or when things are great. And I'm not going to sit here and preach and tell you all about Eyedea, because you know about him so much more than I do. But just as an artist, to say that if it affected me, I can imagine how it's affecting others. And I'm going to carry it on for whatever I can.
Very well said, man. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ev. We appreciate you calling in, brother.
Nah, man, it's, you know, it's the least I could do, man. And like I said, man, my heart goes out to y'all for real. Like, death is not something that sits well with me in my life. You know, the loss of my mother and the loss of a lot of good friends at a young age. It's something that's it's very uneasy, as it is for all of us. But just lending my support, man. If there's anything I can do, I'm here.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
Peace, man.
Stay safe, man.
So, alright, we're gonna pick it back up, because I'm trying not to have to bust out this box of tissue.
We still got Ali on
Ali,
the phone,
you still on the phone?
Yeah, man.
Alright, I'm just making sure you're there. Chime in when you want. We got a guest that stopped by that passed me a note that I've got to read. And I think everybody's gonna get a laugh out of this, because I think I completely forgot that that's when it actually happened. But Jen from the Groove Garden stopped by. Hi, Jen. And for those that don't know, if you've been listening to us for years, Groove Garden was the show that was before our show on Saturdays. And Jen's always been very supportive of the local music scene. She started a label called Groove Garden Records, and always supported us when we were coming up. And she gave me a note that said, "I'll never forget the night Mikey was freestyling on the Groove Garden live from First Avenue when he chipped his tooth on the mic."
Oh, that's right.
So for all those wondering where Mikey got the chipped tooth smile from,
Got it from Jen.
he got it from Groove Garden live at First Avenue. And she said he just kept on going and rhyming about it. I always wanted to get that fixed for him. You know, I think he grew to love it. I think it became part of him, and he grew to love it. So,
Yo, you see that scene in the Smile video?
Yeah.
Where he like grabs, he like puts his fingers on the sides of his mouth and just like pulls the smile up.
Yep.
Yep.
That's the scene that, like, obviously that song in general is so great, but like that scene, like every time it hits that part,
Boom.
it's like, yo,
Yeah.
man, that's it. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jen, that Groove Garden show where he chipped his tooth, was that the Christmas show? Okay. I asked just because I remember at the Christmas show, the Groove Garden, I'm pretty sure it was the Groove Garden Christmas show, he climbed inside of a sack dressed up as an elf.
That's right.
And I climbed the stairs holding the sack over my back like I was strong or something, right? I mean, if you look at pictures of me from back then, I was a skinny little dude, and somehow I managed to get up the steps dressed up as Santa and set down the sack and start rapping, and then he popped out of the sack and started rapping. It's very humbling to think about that.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm just saying the drive that requires you to not just trust your fellow performer, but to climb into a bag and let them carry you up some stairs. You're trusting your life with this dude right now. Like oh man, oh my goodness.
Yeah, for those that,
and he popped out of the sack and started rapping. Oh my goodness, man. Oh man.
For those that aren't familiar, the records he did with Savior, that featured Slug, Eyedea, and Soul, that Anomaly produced on the Veritals Volume 1, and then also Monster Inside, which was on Anomaly's album Howl's Book. And what are we going to do? We're never going to get to all the music that we have. I mean, we could play something from there. We could move on. There's so much music and memories. So, I'm kind of just, where do we want to go,
I think playing Technique from Him and Abilities was the best of like those three that are documented, just because it really showcased him and Abilities together.
You know, I do have a record that was a unreleased demo, Sixth Sense demo.
Well, why don't you play
a record from that?
Play that.
That people probably haven't heard.
I mean, y'all got to get to Days Become Years, Memories Become Lifetimes. What's the name of that joint?
That off of Firstborn.
Was that on Firstborn? No, I know it was like very, very early. Like when I first met him, that was his jam.
It's on which?
That was his.
The Sixth Sense thing. I don't know. It's on the B side.
You sure it wasn't also? Let me try and pull it up. All right, so let's do that. We're gonna play. Let me see. Hold on.
Coming up on the hour, Siddiq is looking for a song in his iTunes. We got a room full of people here that loved Mikey.
Should I read a memory from a fan while we...
Yeah, Leif, why don't you do that?
All right, first of all, I just want to say...
Let them know who it is and where it came from.
Thank you for having me here, guys. It's an honor. As a OG Eyedea fan, I like to think. We've been taking Facebook, Twitter, email quotes from fans all around the world. This one I saw this morning when I woke up, and it just hit me. From Sergeant Michael Freeberg in the Marine Corps right now. He's in Minnesota, or he's from Minnesota. I'm an active duty Marine, originally from Minnesota, and when I was deployed to Iraq, I wrote Mike a message on MySpace just to tell him how much I appreciate his talent and music. Not expecting a reply back, I disregarded it and didn't check my account for a while. I was wrong. Mike wrote me a prompt reply, answering a question regarding the first song I heard of his, Even Shadows Have Shadows, which to this day is still one of my favorite pieces of work. He also asked me how I was holding up in Iraq, how my family is handling it. I never met him, but the fact that someone of his caliber and talent took the time out of his day to respond to his fans speaks volumes of his character and devotion. There's a little more, but man, I mean, I think everybody in this room, as a fan myself, when fans reach out to an artist, they don't always expect a reply back, and to get any acknowledgement, especially a personal response about your family, I mean, that just means the world, you know.
For sure.
And just knowing that, dude, I can say that he meant that when he asked how your family was doing. He wasn't just saying that just to,
that was him.
He really
truly
wanted to know,
genuinely cared about how people were. When he said that to you, he really truly meant it. All right, we're gonna do this real quick. Let's do. This is a unreleased from the Sixth Sense demo called "It Ain't All Good."
You never heard me
say it's easy to be positive, but it's obvious, regardless of your problems, if you gotta live there probably is no way I'll always be a candle, cause on a cold day I need a warm place to stand to. A revision lets me know it's past my bedtime as long as I'm living. I got a fair chance to get mine, only a week until the deadline, and I've been through a whole library of words trying to make tail and head rhyme. I'm just